Another day, another Xiaomei Mei gets lured into selling nudes of herself to an influencer manager in this godless city. Recently, there's been trouble brewing in the waters of the influencer industry. Well, to be fair, this water has already been brewing for a fucking long time, because there have been people calling this man out for his very creepy work ethics in the industry. The person we're talking about is none other than Lai Wee Kiat, who doesn't really have the cleanest reputation here in Singapore. He already has a slew of deplorable rumors against him, riding on his back, haunting him. For those of you who don't know, Lai Wee Kiat was the man behind SG Instababes, that trashy Instagram community which comprises scantily clad young girls, many of which were teenagers and underage. Back then, they even released a Patreon page where you could purchase images of your favorite Xiaomei Mei clad in bikinis. Let's have a quick look at the Patreon tiers. For $75 a month, you could join one of their photo shoots as a spectator. Wow. For what? So that your Patreon members could jerk off at the side while your girls pose for the camera. And if you feel ready to ascend to the highest tier of your Xiaomei Mei harem, there is also the ultimate sugar daddy tier at 5,000 Singapore dollars a month, where you get to party with the girls on a yacht. I mean, it's basically pimping these girls out to exploit the male desire for female companionship, which technically there's nothing wrong with that if the girls consent to doing it. But the problem is there were underage girls, which is flirting on the lines of sussulation. Very sussy sussulation. Yes, we are coming up with our own words on this channel. In 2018, Wee Kiat was also called out for flirting with a minor who was 15 years old via inappropriate text messages. There was a whole saga about it that has been extensively covered, so I won't dive deeper into that. But essentially, he has the same reputation as your poop after a double McSpicy meal. So now that I've whet your appetite with the salacious backstory of Lai Wee Kiat, let's get up to speed with what he's currently doing. SG Instababes has since closed down, and alas, Wee Kiat has turned over a new leaf, and he's living a pure life aiming for the highest good in everything that he does. Did you believe that? If you did, your naivety disgusts me. Lai Wee Kiat has since founded another influencer management company, Ohana Singapore, which is pretty much the same thing as SG Instababes, just with a different branding. And they recruit a very similar talent pool to SG Instababes as well. This is one of their posts. I mean, I don't really know how old these girls are, but they look really young. The caption says, "Are your friends really friends if they don't squeeze your fruit?" Yeah man, when me and my bros hang out, the first thing we do is greet each other with a firm scrotum squeeze. I'm not really sure how to feel about this very sus caption tagged alongside 3 very young girls. I mean, it's quite distasteful, but I'm more concerned about how Ohana is putting these young girls onto a platform to be ogled by their followers, who, if I had to guess, are your typical sir-pepes and horny creeps, under the guise of creating a family-friendly influencer management company. Now, KG has already made a video about this over a year ago, calling out this sussulation, and he even tried to rally me to talk about it, but I failed to turn up and I let him down. So for that, KG, I'm sorry. I have failed you. But recently, a new slew of allegations against Wee Kiat surfaced when a user by the name of Turtle Boy uploaded 2 videos accusing Ohana Singapore of sexual communications with a minor and paying for her nudes. This man never learns. He's doing exactly what he did in 2018, allegedly.
I've been holding in this burden for a really long time and I didn't know what to do. In Singapore, intimate pictures being spread around is unfortunately really common, and it's very sad. It's honestly very disgusting. And what's more disgusting is that most of it are minors and older people are buying from them.
Before I get into this TikTok video, I just want to point out the very nice looking hoodie he has on. Thank you, Turtle Boy, for repping the merch. But yes, to his point, it is a very common thing here in Singapore. Probably not only in Singapore, I'm sure this happens all around the world. You've all seen local headlines talking about these Telegram groups leaking explicit photos of young girls. It is a thing in this city.
Ohana Singapore, aka previously known as SG Instababes. He was previously called out in 2019 for flirting with a 15-year-old girl. Nothing has been done after that, nothing. Around the end of last year, he bought intimate pictures from a 15-year-old, and I have proof, which I'm gonna put at the end of this video, by the way. This girl, who is 15 years old, was asked by Ohana Singapore if he could get intimate pictures from her for money, in exchange for money. And it's super disgusting because he's an adult and she's a minor.
Yeah, it sucks that he has a network of young girls under him and he's leveraging that power and status to entice these girls into sending explicit photos of themselves to him. If this is true, it's honestly disgusting. I mean, the man has built himself an influencer management company with a network of young girls under him, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but where's the line of professionalism? Why are you asking your talents for inappropriate photos? Are you building a company or a brothel?
It's no laughing matter that an adult bought intimate pictures from a minor. It's considered purchasing of child con. And to all those underage girls out there, I pray that you don't fall victim to these kind of things, because I'm very sure there are still more of these kind of people out there that nobody can catch because we have no evidence. And please don't ever send intimate pictures to an adult. If you're underage, don't send it to anyone for that matter, because you're underage. You shouldn't be sending these kind of photos.
Well done and well said, Turtle Boy. I mean, thank you for raising this issue up and standing up for what's right. I personally am not very familiar with the underground trade of explicit pictures of minors, but I think this is a two-way street. Right? Yes, the creeps who are luring and procuring these images from minors are in the wrong and they need to have their dicks snipped off. They are the instigators of evil and they are in the wrong. But the girls who are selling them also need to be educated, right? That they should not entertain or engage with these people. Is it worth selling out your dignity for $100? I feel like you'll forever be haunted by the fact that you engaged in this transaction. It will slowly chip away at your morals the more you do it. And it doesn't help that we have things like OnlyFans going mainstream, making the youth think that it's okay to sell nudes for some quick money. I don't know, it just doesn't sound right. At the end of the TikTok, Turtle Boy included screenshots of the conversation between Wee Kiat and a minor selling her nudes. Let's have a look at some of the messages. Yes, the other two photos too. Woods? Woods? Who the fuck uses woods? Woods? Pussy! This is a screenshot of him sending her money, a grand total of 25 fucking dollars. Ladies, come on, can we have some pride? $25 for a nude pic? What do you even do with $25? Buy a cheap knockoff dress from Shein? Legit, I really love your body. I'm like your first OnlyFans subscriber. When your period over, can we try something more daring? What do you mean by daring? She asks. Some pussy photos and ass. This is a minor. There was a point where he even asked for her birthday and she said 2006, which would make her 16 this year. It was a long conversation and there were way more screenshots, but I'll leave the link to Turtle Boy's video in the description if you want to read the full conversation. It was just really uncomfortable to read a 30-something-year-old man directing a 16-year-old to pose for explicit photos. Turtle Boy then uploaded a second video on Instagram calling out Wee Kiat's disposition of playing the victim card in his response to the first video.
Why he keep playing the victim card, you know? In my comment section of the first part of the video, he constantly said how people brought him down, how people made fun of him because of his past, how people accuse him, backstab him, who asked you to become pedophile, and also with so much allegations against you, how do you expect us to believe that you are innocent? When people make allegations against you, all you do is change subject or put up another topic about that person.
I don't want to sound like I'm agreeing with everything Turtle Boy is saying just because he's wearing a very nice hoodie, but he does make a lot of sense. I'm sure there's something fishy going on when so many people are making allegations against the Wee Kiat, and so many people have stepped up. There's bound to be something going on, even though Wee Kiat says the opposite. I'll leave screenshots of Ohana's response here. Pause the video now if you want to read everything. But to summarize it, he wasn't actually apologizing or owning up to anything. I mean, he obviously thinks he's innocent, and you know, maybe so. Maybe this whole thing is an elaborate hoax to ruin Wee Kiat's reputation yet again. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but it seems very unlikely. He also questioned why people had to bring up his past and SG Instababes when it had zero relevance to the current story, but I have to say that it has 100% relevancy because nothing has changed since then. SG Instababes and Ohana Singapore are practically the same thing. They have uncanny similarities. They are both started by the same guy, and the alleged crime that's taking place is the same: sexual communication with a minor. So of course people are gonna bring up the past and draw similarities between the two controversies. And if he has truly changed his ways, why is he still surrounding himself with underage girls? He also asked people to have doubts in everything I've said, but then in the very next line asked people to consider the possibility that what I'm saying is true. So what is it you want us to do? You want us to doubt you or believe you? Then he went on to create this weird-ass poll on Ohana's Instagram story. If I voluntarily tell the police that I did all the allegations thrown onto me, whether I actually did it or not, and get some jail time, will you all stop harassing me and let go of my past? What the fuck is this for? Is this like an Instagram controls my jail time? What? And then he posted the results. That's it, I have exhausted all options. There's nothing more I can do, not even jail. Yeah, not sure what's the point of this passive-aggressive Insta story. It certainly does nothing for his case. It's just really fucking weird. But I don't know, man, what do you guys think? I know there are always two sides to a story, and internet drama is highly manipulative, but my bullshit radar is going off quite strongly with Wee Kiat's response. And that's the story thus far. I'm not sure if the authorities are doing anything at this moment, but I certainly hope there is an investigation to find the truth. And I guess to all the young girls out there, please consider twice before engaging in transactions like these. It may be tempting to earn a quick buck, but you end up fueling the person to seek out and purchase more explicit photos from other people. Especially if you're underage, you should not be doing things like this. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.